I was born to wear this cap. I was born to wear this cap. Oh, hey, sorry I didn't see you guys there. Get your heads out of the gutter. Wiener Schnitzel. If you've never had a corn from Wiener Schnitzel, you're missing out. That's what this is about, Wiener Schnitzel. Welcome to episode 5. This one should be short. There's only 3 teams left. I said the last one's going to be short. It ended up being longer than the first. The previous episode, even though it's less teams, this one should really be short. Refugio, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, and Flower Bluff. That's all that's left. A lot of you made me look really, really bad last week. Sinton, what the hell? I picked you to win by like multiple touchdowns. San Diego, I picked you to win by multiple touchdowns. It was a bad week pick-wise, but they weren't bad picks on my part. It's just they were upsets. I mean, Sinton, I think, should have won. San Diego, I understand San Diego losing, but it shouldn't have been by that much. I don't think Industrial was better than the Leno team y'all beat the week before, and yet you not only lost, you lost by a lot. All this left is 281 and 581. If we versus Shiner Thursday in Victoria at 7 p.m. I mean, I know the popular thing to say is this is the real state championship here. I don't see it being that way. There's still undefeated teams like Hawley and Crawford left. Timpson also. Centerfield. There's a lot of good teams like Cisco, Marlin. It's just I don't see this being automatic for the state championship, but it should be a good game. Shiner beat Refugio last year and knocked him out of the playoffs. Yeah, Shiner knocked Refugio out of the playoffs last year by multiple scores, 24-13. It sucked for Refugio last year, but it's a blessing this year because they're both very even teams, and so you say, well, who has the advantage of the little things? And it's Refugio because they have that revenge factor advantage. So the loss last year to Shiner is going to help them out this year because they're both very evenly matched. You know, they're both dominating the hell out of everybody they play. Yeah, the closest anyone's come to staying with Refugio is Edna, who played him within 17 points. That was a 55-38 game. It just said it's. Yeah, and then with Shiner, San Antonio Davenport played him within 14 points, but other than that, it's a bunch of blowouts. Hallettsville played him within 15 points. Those are the only 2 close games, 15 and 14 points, Hallettsville and Davenport with Shiner, but everything else is a blowout also. And it's impressive blowouts. It's like the same way at Refugio. I mean, Refugio, Shiner beat Three Rivers 63-7. Refugio beat Three Rivers 55-0. It's a super evenly matched game. I don't see Refugio losing because of the fact that they lost to Shiner last year, so they're gonna have the revenge. They're evenly matched, so they're gonna have the revenge factor. If Refugio won last year, I picked Shiner to win this year, but Shiner won last year, so I'm picking Refugio this year. Just like I said, they're both very evenly matched teams, so the team that has the little edge is going to end up winning. If we doesn't have that revenge factor, I'm pretty sure their coach is hammering that in their heads to get revenge for last year. It doesn't take a genius to figure out how to use that as motivation, and they got a great coach, so it is what it is. I don't see Refugio losing this game. Refugio's going to win, and I don't even think it's going to be within 1 score. I think Refugio wins this game by like 2 scores. This is going to be like a 42-28 game if Refugio wins. And I'm pulling for Refugio. I have a problem with a couple of their fans on my page. It's all in good fun. Doesn't mean I want them to lose. I hope they get another state championship. It is everything that happens with them makes South Texas look better. It'd be nice if other teams won state championships other than Refugio, but for now they're all we got. They're the only hope we've got.
You're my only hope.
But it is what it is, and I'm pulling for Refugio, and I do think they win 42-28. They'll win by multiple scores, and that revenge factor will be what pushes them over that. Gets them over that hump this year. And like I said, it's just an automatically, this is a state championship game just because number 1 versus number 2. There's still good teams left like Timpson and Centerville. That's who, if we will get the winner of Timpson and Centerville. Timpson, I don't think Timpson's 11-0. I don't know why they only played 11 games. Maybe they had some canceled to COVID, but Timpson's beaten it. Yeah, I'm looking up Timpson here on Max Preps, and they're also nobody's come within 21 points of them. Like they're no pushover just because they're not Shiner. And then Centerville's 12-1. They're only lost at Corrigan Camden in overtime. Other than that, they have a 13-point win. Another 6-point win. I don't know a lot about Centerville. I'm not pretend I do, but there's still some really good teams left, you know. So the idea that Shiner and Refugio for the state championship, I don't buy that, but it could be though. I mean, I do think they are the best 2 teams in the state, but it's not going to end. If Refugio beats Shiner, they're not going to win the state championship automatically. There's still a lot of really good teams left, yeah. So Refugio and Shiner will be Thursday at 7 p.m. in Victoria, and the winner will get Timpson and Centerville. But I got Refugio winning this 42-28. You're welcome, Refugio fans. The only other 2 teams left to play each other, let's see, Corpus Christi Flower Bluff, and then Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. I'm going to rant again for the 2nd week in a row about a location, like they're playing in Flower Bluff. Why? Why fuck over the fans like that? Is there really an advantage created if you play the game at Buck Stadium? Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial is a new school. They don't have a shitload of fans. There's no reason to be selfish and play this fucking game at Flower Bluff. That's ridiculous. Sorry, but it's just... I'm going to cuss because... It's ridiculous, man. I mean, play this game at Buck Stadium. Do it for your fans. It's Buck Stadium's 15 minutes away from Flower Bluff. What advantage is created if you play it there? Like, why did you do that? Why? It makes no sense, man. Your stadium's tiny. Your stadium only seats 5,500. I don't know if you're going to add bleachers to it, portable bleachers. Even if you do, it's ridiculous. Only 5,500. I mean, there's 3A schools that have bigger stadiums than that. You've got great fan support in Flower Bluff. Your stadium's always packed. Like, it makes no sense to have a 4th round game in Flower Bluff when you could have had it 15 minutes away at Buck Stadium. The seats over 11,000, 12,000, and more fans would have been able to attend and enjoy it. It makes no sense to be crammed up in that little Flower Bluff stadium. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's already set. That's where I don't get it. It's just you created no advantage for yourself as opposed if you would have played at Buck Stadium. You already have the advantage. Flower Bluff won the first game. For those of you who didn't see that, 39. I think it was 39-7. It doesn't automatically mean. They say it's hard to beat the same team twice in one season. I mean, the details of that are as if you barely won the first game. So Flower Bluff won this game in blowout fashion. So it's not hard to beat Veterans Memorial again. But it just even like that, it doesn't necessarily guarantee a win. I mean, what was it this season? Laredo United South got their ass whooped in the beginning of the season by Harlingen. Like, it was a blowout. I think it was 35-10. And then they played each other again in the playoffs, so you assume Harlingen's going to win again because the first game wasn't even close. It was a blowout. No. Laredo United South returned the favor and beat the shit out of Harlingen in the playoffs, 24-7, I think. So, I mean, just because you lost, and these are high school kids, so some teams tend to improve a lot, some teams tend to, just anything can affect high school kids. They're young, they're 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and then just because you beat the hell out of someone earlier in the season doesn't mean it's going to happen again. That Harlingen Cardinals versus Laredo United South example is the best. That's a great example of it. I mean, just because you beat the hell out of someone earlier in the season doesn't mean it's going to happen again. So it's not automatic Flower Bluff's going to win this. I do think Flower Bluff's going to win. Not because they beat the hell out of them in the first game. I think this game will be closer, but I do think Flower Bluff's defense is only had 2 bad games, and both of them were the GP game. And the first GP game was really only the second quarter they had a bad game. This one was a lot of. I mean, we went to the game. Me and my dad went to the Flower Bluff Gregory Portland game, and a lot of things went Gregory Portland's way again, just like the first time. But Flower Bluff managed to pull it out this time. I mean, Flower Bluff had their opportunities to pull away on multiple scores, and then there towards the end, GP blocked a punt for a touchdown, and then Flower Bluff deep snapper snapped it over the punter's head in their own end zone, and that created another 9 easy points for GP. So it just everything went GP's way this time, but Flower Bluff managed to get the win. Is the only difference. But yeah, so just because Flower Bluff beat the hell out of Vets Memorial the first time doesn't mean it's going to happen again. I do think they're going to win again, and I do think they're going to win by multiple scores. It's not going to be a 39-7 blowout, but I think Flower Bluff wins this game still. Like, I don't see. Yeah, it's just still going to be another game. Like, I have Flower Bluff winning 28-14. I hope not. I mean, not that I don't want Flower Bluff to win. I don't care who wins, because either way, someone from the Coastal Bend's going to be representing the local area in the 5th round. So that's good. But on a side note, it would be nice if Flower Bluff finally get a regional championship. Their tradition isn't all that far back. I mean, they started winning back somewhere around 2000, 2001 is when they started having playoff teams. Before that, they weren't very good, man. their playoffs run started with them. They had Coach Andrus, and then when he left to Jordanton, they got Steinbreck, and he continued it. But so their tradition isn't that old. It's 20, 21 years old, and so they've never won a regional championship. And they win this game. This is for the regional championship. So it would be nice to see them finally get one. But I don't care who wins, man. I mean, I want a good game. I'm gonna try and go to the game. I have my pass, my CCID pass. See what will get me on the sidelines. I'd like to film this game and make a highlight video out of it. I think it's gonna be a good game, and that's another reason I hope it's closer than 28-14. Like I said, I don't care who wins. I just want it to be a good game. Playoff atmospheres like that. The stadium's gonna be packed, obviously, because Flower Bluff Stadium's only seats 5,500. A little more than that, obviously, if they add bleachers. I haven't heard if they're gonna add bleachers or not, but I imagine they are. Still, you should have played the same game at Buck Stadium. Even Cabinets. I mean, it makes no sense, man. Cabinets, 10 minutes away from Flower Bluff. No advantage is created for Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial if you would have played this game at Buck or Veterans, or Buck or Cabinets. It just makes no sense, man. You're just screwing over the fans. Is all you're doing by choosing to play in Flower Bluff. I mean, no disrespect to Flower Bluff, but it's what you're doing. You're screwing over the fans. Whoever made the choice to play in Flower Bluff, man. But good luck to both teams. Good luck to Refugio. I think Refugio's going to win, like I said, by multiple scores. I don't know, 42-28. Flower Bluff, I think, is going to win by multiple scores, but not as bad as the first time. I think it'll be like 28-14. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Squid Game Season 2. We have no sponsors, man, but yeah, I'm going to get more organized next year, man. I've just been having fun with this stuff. I've never really sought out sponsors. I think maybe like 2 years ago before COVID started, I did email a couple of different companies around the area. But then once COVID started, it's like, man, nobody's gonna pay attention. Nobody's gonna sponsor. That's just the way my mindset was, because of the COVID. Everything's going on. Have a good time with this stuff. I hope you all keep following. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do a little bit more with the basketball and baseball and other sports if I can. It's just I have a regular job. Like I said, this isn't my job. It's just a hobby I have right now. If there's any superintendents watching, I do want a full-time job. I would like to make videos and graphics and this podcast stuff for one school district full-time. If anyone ever considers creating a position, I'm available. But I won't wear this cap either. If I work for your school district, I will not wear this cap. I know how to be professional. But right now, this is just a hobby. I just do it for fun. And yeah, so I appreciate everybody that watches this and hits the like button and share button on the videos and graphics I post. I was a little disappointed with the videos this year. That's why I think I only made like 4 videos this year, 4 or 5. I usually make 11, 12, 13 a season, but because they were getting 10,000 views. Now they're, for whatever reason, they're getting 1,000, 2,000 views. It's not, you all aren't sharing them. Support local, appreciate local stuff. Don't hate on local stuff. Appreciate local. If y'all can take the time to share crap from the Kardashians, take the time to hit the share button on something local that's trying to bring attention to local. I seen some local guy from Moody made a video, a rapper from Moody made a video about the Moody football team, and the Corpus Christi Chronica posted it, and everyone's hitting the laugh button and hating on it. And I'm like, why do you want to hate on local? Like, why keep local people down? Y'all would love the shit out of fucking stuff that doesn't have nothing to do with the Corpus area, but then local, you'll hit the laugh buttons and you'll make fun and you'll joke. And I don't know, man. I'm not trying to rant, but I'm ranting. It's just support local, man. Donate local. Even if the 2 teams involved in the videos I make or the graphics I make aren't yours, it just, you know what? The Kardashians aren't involved in your life. You don't have no problem hitting the share button, the like button on shit posted about them. Hit the like button, hit the share button, support local, like I said. I'm going to keep saying it. It's just, there's a lot of people around here that try and do good for local. Aurelia C. Williams, AC Williams, with his photography, South Texas Football Unlimited. If you don't follow any of them, go follow them. South Texas Football Unlimited, they have their own podcast. They have their own Facebook page, Twitter. I don't know. They have YouTube also. They put out great stuff. They have some video they did with 22 photography and designs. That San Diego video. It's just a lot of local people do a lot of good things, and you just guys gotta support the local people the same way you support. Like I said, I just keep using the Kardashians as an example because that's just what it is. But support local. If you can take the time to support trash like that, support local. Oh yeah, but anyway, yeah, I got into my rant and lost track. But the winner of Corpus Christi Flower Bluff and Veterans Memorial, we got the winner of Fort Bend Hightower and Katy Pataw. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a fairly new school, but anyone who knows anything about Katy, it just like the Katy High Tigers have won like 7 or 8 state championships, and Katy Pataw is a new school. I think they just started about 4 years ago. So here we are in year 4 for them, and they're beating the shit out of everybody. They beat Cedar Park 65-14 last week. Fort Bend Hightower beat Manville, and Katy Pataw's only loss is to Manville, but that was earlier in the season, so that doesn't really matter. You know, it was a close loss, 5-point loss, and Hightower beat Manville barely by 10 points. So it's just evenly matched teams. But Katy Pataw and Fort Bend Hightower, either way, the winner of Flower Bluff and Vets is like in for like a rough game in round 5, just like last year. Hopefully it ends better this time. But I'm pulling. I don't care who wins, man. It's just like I said, I do this for fun. I root for all local, no matter what fan bases or whatever troll me in the comments section, and you think I have a problem with them. I want local to do good. That's it. That's all I care about. Local does good. Thank all of you for supporting the page. You know, just I'm going to continue to rant until you guys support more local. Forget me. You know, it's not just about me. Like I said, South Texas Football Unlimited, AC Williams, 22 Photography and Designs. Support local people that are trying to do good things for local athletes and programs. But thank you guys we have over 6,100 followers now here in South Texas Bloodsport. So I do appreciate that, and thank you guys for that. But so let's see what happens. Thank you guys for watching this episode. We'll see you next week, regardless of what happens, because there's going to be at least, no matter what happens, one more team left. So we'll have another episode next week. I'll have another episode next week. It's just one person now, but thank you guys for following.